Hello, David. It's your old friend Robert here, talking about the concept of prayer. You know, one of the most beautiful things about prayer is it allows us to be honest with ourselves. Now, it's very easy to lie to others, and we can even lie to ourselves. But when we communicate with God one-on-one, what happens is God shows us what we're really like. And we can't lie to ourselves when we're in prayer, because God won't allow that to happen. The Bible says that God is truth, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. And so the reality is, as God who is truth and God who is love begins to communicate with us and we communicate with him, as we speak to him and he speaks to us, there is an honest and truthful relationship happening. And then as we become honest with ourselves, you know what happens? We become honest with others, because we understand and enjoy the beauty of honesty and truth. It's wonderful when you think about it, to be actually clean before the Lord, to be right before God, to be forgiven. David calls it in the book of Psalms the beauty of holiness. There is a beauty, there is a spectacularness of being right before God, having an honest relationship with God, God showing yourself what you really are, and then showing what you can become once you're forgiven and once you're right with him. It's a marvelous thing when you think about it. And then what we do is we take this honesty and we begin to project it, we begin to live it in the lives of those that we come into contact with. They look and say, there's an honest individual. There's a person who stands behind their word. There is an individual that will do what they say. I thought it was interesting. A few years ago, we said that we were going to start a choir. And when we had the first choir meeting, there was about 30 people. And then by the third meeting, we were down to about a dozen people. That was interesting. You see, what was going on was people began to realize that doing choir was a hard work. But those that were honest, both with themselves and with us, they were there. You see, we're supposed to be people of our word. If we say we're supposed to do something, we're supposed to do it. That is honesty and integrity. It also shows that you have character. So, I think it's important for us to understand that that whole thing is found in that place of prayer. When we spend time with God, David, God deals with our dishonesty and imputes to us, if we want to receive it, his honest character. We certainly need that in our world today, don't we, David? Well, thank you for spending some time with me, David. You have yourself a great and godly day. This is your old friend, Robert Dean Steele.